Hello, VOD. Hello, Electrica Gaming. Hello, GX Eclipse. Hello, Hyper. Hello, Dusty Pirate. Hello, Zuntrax. Hello, Freakily. It's been a while, Freakily. How are you doing? Hello, Moose Doggy. Hello, Umbral Sage. Hello, Vanel. Hello, Just Some TV with the Dink Water. Cheers. Hello, Prometheus. Damn, there's a lot of you today. Hello, Rosarium. It's been a minute. Hello, Naki Boy. Hello, Jihu. Sata Jihu. Hello. Hello, Erstel. Hello, Olaf Sonzu. We got a German in chat. Hello, Portal. How's it going? Chat, we are so back. What do I got to say? Welcome to day 19 of MV, or welcome to day 19 of GTNH Superflat. We are in MV today, and I finally got these damn understated witherreed seeds, and it took me a lot of grinding to get these to be low stat. It was really annoying, actually. I ended up getting one with like middle stats, and then letting it spread to different crop sticks. That was Newton, by the way. And then I just harvested them. And hello, Mono Pom Pom with the 5 gift subs. Holy moly. They've gifted a total of 10 to the channel. Thank you so much, Mono Pom Pom. Kitty. Alright, so today we had to do this silly low stat thing yesterday because there's a limitation with the MV crop breeder, and we got everything ready today. So let's just, right off the rip, it's time to get our oil berries once and for all. I'm so excited. Hello, Mr. Scuffed Dell. First time catching stream. Is there a reason the witherreed has to be low stats? Everyone is asking me that question, and it's for a good reason. It's a really weird mechanic in Crops NH that I'm not a huge fan of, but I will explain it all in one go here. But first, we have to set up our MV crop manager, and obviously we don't have any MV generators. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 4 amps of LV. And if you'll recall, LV is 32 EU per tick. This advanced crop breeder is MV, which needs 128 EU per tick. Now, if we can get 4 amps and transform that up to MV, then we can power our advanced crop breeder. So normally, this is in step down mode. And what it means is that it's going to try to take MV, 1 amp of MV from this side, and output 4 amps of LV on the other. If we go grab a soft mallet, we can flip the side. Actually, let me restart that from the beginning because it'll be easier to edit. If we grab a soft mallet now, we can flip this by right-clicking it, and now we'll get 4 amps of LV as an input and 1 amp of MV as an output. So that's how we're going to get our MV power just for this quick little thing. Be very careful with transformers, especially when transforming down, as you can cause some explosions, and that's never good. So we're going to drain some energy out of these batteries. And okay, here's the reason I needed the wither reed to be low stat. The amount of space that for the fluid space in the advanced crop breeder is only 6,400 liters. If we look at the recipe for oil, where is it? If we look at the recipe for oilberry, 2 technically max stat seeds, a witherreed and soul sand lily, although it doesn't show it in NEI, need technically 7,200 liters of enriched fertilizer, which we simply cannot fit into the machine. Luckily, the amount of enriched fertilizer scales with the stats on the seed. So, with any luck, we should be able to throw a witherreed and a soul sand lily into here and use some enriched fertilizer, and hopefully that generates our first oilberry. Hello, Olaf. Thank you for the prime sub, my friend. Just Some TV, happy I've been trying to catch a stream, especially since I've been watching VODs. Let's go. Hello, Casey. Hello, Schnitzerland. Thank you with the prime sub. I appreciate you. And then Eddie Pendragon, my mod, subscribed for 17 months, currently on a 17-month streak. That is insane. And chat, let's get hyped for the oilberry seeds. We're going to have to stat this up a little bit, But finally, we have Oilberries, and these things are gonna carry us through the rest of the game low key. They're kind of overpowered as heck. They're only tier 4, which means they can grow in like any condition. They have a 100% chance to drop 2 Oilberries, and each of these fluid extracts into 100 liters of oil. So this is gonna be huge. Let's start statting this up. Let me get all of my machines back in order real quick though. I'm gonna grab our fertilizer here. I'm gonna grab our transformer, and let's put our LV line back together just for now. The Americans are jealous, right? So let's put our LV battery buffer right here, wrench it up this way, do that, and I can just throw away all of these low statted seeds. I'm not gonna throw away the oilberry seed. These are low stat witherweed seeds that hopefully I will never need again. If I do, I don't even know what I'm gonna do about that. Let's also put some fuel in the boiler real quick, just so we can get that started if we need any LV machinery today. Schnitzelen says, "Hey Nine, I really love your Superflat series of this mod pack." Well, thank you, my friend. Thanks for showing up today, and I'm glad you're here. Today is going to be a nice day, a very chill day, a very fun day. I guess I'll put the transformer in here. That feels weird though. I'll put the crop breeder and stuff over near this crops area. The two things that I want to do today are make an oilberry farm, and then just run that shit low key. Let's put this back here and here. Where's our soul sand lily seeds? We don't have any? Okay. I'm putting them there. So let's take a quick look. We have some extra crop managers somewhere. There we go. I'm gonna set this up so that way it can technically work with a crop manager, because we don't really need that much more of this XP over here. So we're kind of chilling. And if I need to power this later, I totally can. So what I'm gonna do, I can't really climb all the way up. I could parkour maybe. Ugh. We about to be so oiled up. Yeah, that is one way to put it. Oh, you know what else, chat? That I totally forgot to mention? I installed Distant Horizons on my machine. Why am I slowed right now? Hold up. I need to eat some food. I want to show you guys Distant Horizons on GTNH. Sorry, Nomsy. It's I got a lot to start the episode, and then I can normally catch up with chat. How's it going? I did figure out the matter manip problem. I just uninstalled matter manipulator and then reinstalled it after. You can use diamond dust as fuel, and it's really good. It burns for 85 minutes. It's a little insane. Let's see if we can take a look at this Superflat. Just started NH crops with my new hype server. Let's go. Did you use my code? You get 10% off perpetually if you use my code. Not to be like a shill or anything. But chat, check this out. Distant Horizons, I want to show you the difference with it off. So this is what it looks like with it off. It's not making a huge difference on this world. I guess I can show you guys something a little illegal that I haven't shown anyone yet. Let's hop off this world really quick. I want to show you guys something that I've been working on. I've been planning the aesthetic for my future base. And chat, don't tell anyone about this because it's really cool and I wanted to hide it for later. But this is what we're working with so far, and I want to show you guys what Distant Horizons looks like. Like, look how much we can see with Distant Horizons on. It's insane. Someone made a nice resource pack. Yeah. Just some TV. That's what that was for. So this is the basic idea. I'm putting in detail work and stuff. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. You'll see that later. Don't tell anyone though. Let's go grab our solar panel. I'm just gonna grab some dirt and like hop up there. Damn, the fish crop is giving me nightmares. That's a classic. The goldfish that screams. Can I use your code when I renew? I don't know. You'd have to ask the Hypeserve boys. They're really supportive. They're very good at giving like support. So I bet if you ask them, they would totally allow you to use the code. All right, let's nab this battery buffer. Don't really need that to be going anymore. And what do oil berries grow on? That's a good question. They grow on sand, which is actually kind of annoying. Oil sands or sand, because we need a supporting block unless we just use a lot of soul sand. I might need to get the soul sand farms running today, chat. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. Okay, I guess we have 2 tasks today. So let's go over, let's take this out. Let's grab all of this shit right here. Soul sand does float, which is why I think we should use it for this application. How is everyone doing today? Now that I have got all of the intro stuff out of the way, I can freely chat. Soul sand lily seeds, grab that, grab some stone. I'll grab a little bit of dirt and sand while we're here. Drink of the day, we just got water today. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on each side. And then I'll start at 4 off the ground because we're 1, 2, 3, 4 is the base block. Okay. Mondaying. Get some good rest, Annie. Yeah, I had a crazy EMT shift last night. We had a lot of calls. We had one call that had us go to a really far hospital, like right off the rip. We had just gotten dinner. And just as we pulled in, we got a call, and then we had to go. The person requested we take them to a really far hospital. And so, yeah, we were gone until like 8, and then we got another call, and then another call at like 2 in the morning. It was a lot. The first thing we gotta do, let's just leave that there. Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. There's an order of operations here. There's a lot of different farming options we can do right now. I'm gonna start the soul sand crops going so that way we can densely pack these oil berries, and then I'm gonna start upstatting our current oil berry. Wow, I'm out of cobblestone. That's a new one, chat. It's been a while since I've been out of cobble. Nixionol, thank you for the prime sub, my friend. How are you doing today? Are we out of cobble? Because that's so embarrassing if we are. We could do stone or stone brick. Okay, we'll do some stone bricks. Is investing in helium plasma energy a good idea as soon as possible, or should I expand Mox vac nukes? I don't think helium plasma or any plasma is very good because they nerfed plasma, which was really sad. I wish they would buff it back up because it's like objectively really cool. And then once you get to knack fuel, it's just much better. So we're going to get these soul sand plants going because soul sand is the only block we can use that floats and doesn't need like a base block to support it for the oil berry. And of course the oil berry needs either sand or soul sand as a soil block. And if we use only one block, we can get 3 layers of oil berries going on one crop manager, which sounds pretty fire, honestly. What I can do for now is I can swap this out to sand, and then I'll use this as my oilberry breeding area. Because we do have space to house this. Let me just double check what this looks like. 1, 2, 3, and then... Okay, we can go actually 1 lower here. Hello, Seneca Lua. How's it going? We should nerf Witchery. Yeah, true. Witchery is way too OP, guys. Oh, speaking of, where is the cobble printer? I do not want my shit burning up. Did I already remove the lava? Okay, well, let's just pray that it doesn't fire spread. Samsa just started following you on Twitch. Let's go. Samsa's the homie. He's got all the shaders and shit. He knows what's up. Let's get the rest of these soul sand plants going. All right, let's get a little bit of an area here that we can use to start breeding. We also want to get some fertilizer because if you remember that spread or statting crops is easier when you fertilize the parent. And that's because the parent can either go, it can go negative if it's not fertilized, right? It can go to a negative stat technically. So if you fertilize, it allows your plants to never go negative, and therefore you have a much easier time getting higher stats. But this should be like a breeze, ideally. I'm actually just gonna grab some fertilizer from over there because I'm lazy. This is the Evangelion soundtrack, just like slowed and reverbed or something. It's part of a big playlist. Hello, Spilled. How's it going? So let's start here. There's our oilberry. It's 23, 21, 22. We'll slap that bad boy down there and fertilize it. And I should probably grab my watering can because I think that'll make the growth a little bit faster. Let me skip this outro. It's a little intense. What's up? Missed last stream. What did I miss? A lot of oilberry down statting and a bunch of bullshit. Plant lens is also good. We do need that. I think the fact that so many people asked me why I was down statting a plant, that fact alone kind of tipped me off to like maybe it might be appropriate to change that mechanic with the crop breeder or just like simply make oilberries HV. I wouldn't even hate something like that, even though it would be kind of sad that I couldn't get them in MV anymore. Oilberries growing faster with water sounds like a paradox. I mean, same with salty root, right? So once this gets to 80%, it'll start spreading. We just gotta wait for that to go. And we can babysit our soul sand plants in the meantime. I can also set up all the rest of the stuff we need for the farm, but I think doing one thing at a time will make it easier to edit, perhaps. So I don't mind just waiting. I definitely should have been farming soul sand in my free time. I did not realize that that was going to be an issue. Fertilizer. I'll keep the wrench. What's up, buddy? You're getting shown off to stream. Do you have anything to say for yourself? This is Newton. What's up, buddy? He's pissed at me that I just picked him up like that. He just gave me the craziest side eye. But he likes lying down on my desk. Please don't lie down on my audio interface. Chat, if audio gets fucked up, just please let me know. Newton is lying down on my interface. Let's sleep, and then I can get torches. I know where all the settings go. I can't see because he's lying down on it. Yeah, buddy. You're trying to ruin stream. It just did a little. It's fine now. What are you doing, buddy? Slightly staticky. Okay, buddy. Sorry, I gotta edit this later, dude. You can't be doing that. All right, how are we doing now? Sounding okay? You turn the volume down. All right, I'm hoping my audio is good. You guys will tell me if I changed anything. Thanks, buddy. Look at the oilberry growing. Back to normal. That's good. Look at this bad boy. Green. Would not have expected that. It's at 70%, which means we're about to be able to let it spread and upstat it. What's upstat? Sorry. There we go. And we'll just surround this with double crop sticks here. Ideally, this will spread pretty quickly. And when it does, the stats, because we have fertilized it, should be higher above board. So we're at 23, 21, 22. And when we get the next one, we can use this plant lens to check 27, 23, 25. That is good. That's where we want to be. So we got +4, +3, +2. I will take that. I guess I can just let that grow and get our first oil berries, because why not? Oh, whoops. Let's see. 24. Yeah, we can get rid of that one. 24, 25, 23. Still not as good. I don't understand how you can do this. I'm stuck on Steam Age on the base game. Well, I will let you know, GD Ballistic, that I have completed this entire pack before. So I do know a thing or two about how to route it, and that has been very helpful in starting the game. I know my way around things. I've done early game a couple times now because of the different like community servers and Project Singularity. I've learned so much from like all my colleagues and other content creators. It's pretty fun. Is there some witchery? How to get Malaxia to grow at? Got cobble and copper Malaxia. Malaxia needs a block of copper under it to grow. Tier 6. So you'll need to either water it or fertilize it and keep it fertilized in order for it to grow, I think. You might also be able to put it in the biome that it likes, and that might be enough if it has sky access. But it's a tough one. Gotten as far as MV before in base Greg Tech. Star Technology. Yeah. Star Tech is a little bit more streamlined, a little focused, and a lot less intent on torturing its players. GTNH is built to torture you a little bit, but after a while, you get to the point where it's like, this is no longer torture for me. I have grown beyond it. All right, so I'm gonna right click this, and we have our first oil berries. I got 3 from that? That's not even a max plant. We're rich now. We are ready to conquer MV like America intended. This is amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. One thing we can also do is start crafting out the machines we're going to need for this. We decided on light fuel line. And let me take a look at what that looks like. So we'll need an LV fluid extractor to get the oil. We'll need... What do we do with oil once we got it? I think it's a distillery. And we're going to turn this into sulfuric light fuel at a 1-to-1 ratio. That's another LV recipe. Then we need to chem react that with hydrogen, which I think is fully recycled at MV. And that turns directly into light fuel. So we need 3 machines. And I think we already have them all. We just need to set them up in a line and give them energy, which that might actually be the hard part. And then we bus. I need some hydrogen first. I'm considering maybe we should make the MV electrolyzer, or I could just electrolyze water. Let's start electrolyzing water. We need some hydrogen to start looping. So the thing with hydrogen and with sulfuric light fuel is that when you do this, takes 2 hydrogen cells, you get hydrogen sulfide, which you can see H2S. If you have an MV electrolyzer, you can just recycle that right back into 2 cells of hydrogen and sulfur. So all you're doing is you commit a little bit of power and you get excess sulfur and the hydrogen fully loops. So that's an interesting thing about this line. And it makes it so easy to understand once you get all those things. We've got the distillery here. I think the chem reactor is right here. Let's start electrolyzing some fluids here. Why not go diesel? I'm gonna start with light fuel just so we can get our feet on the ground because I don't have any MV fuel right now. Like I have steam and I don't want to make an MV steam generator. That the thought of that disgusts me. So I would much prefer to just skip straight to oil. Can I? Oh, nice. I can. Salt is way better if you can go tier stocks for hydrogen. I don't know this line. I know water cells are kind of terrible in the electrolyzer. There's a couple of recipes for this. I can circuit 3 this. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I know this is gonna be slow as hell. Is that not working? That's LV, circuit 3. Oh, that was silly. There we go. Drink air. Cheers. And Echo Matos, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Sorry I missed that. I was busy yapping. I really appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Is steam cracking too much for now? We probably will not be steam cracking right now. Let's babysit this. This is sick. I don't really need it anymore because we have a higher stat one. So I'm just going to yoink that. This is now at 100%. We don't want to farm it. We just want to have it spread. Okay, that was a really quick weed. And then hopefully we'll get some higher stats. It still has fertilizer, so I think we're still good. Let's harvest these bad boys. I need the seeds, so we're going to go with the trowel. Okay, let's actually just keep expanding this because more soul sand equals more better. And I'm going to do it this way as well so we can water it with the 3x3 watering can. HCQ G25, we are in MV, luckily for us. Your videos brought me down the rabbit hole of Greg. Welcome to the rabbit hole of Greg. I am pleased that I was part of the reason you're here because so many other people brought me here. I think like way back in the day, Regian with his Nomi Factory videos, that got me. And then that got me into Goose, and then that got me into Threefold. So I'm happy to be part of the problem. Greg is easy to sleep to. Okay, ooh, let's go. Oh, Kerr. Let's get rid of that. I don't know why I just said that, chat. I'm really sorry. Let's see, unknown seed, 31, 26, 25. If this one is better, no. All right, let's get rid of that. We can yoink this up, although we don't really need it. I'm just gonna start deleting oilberry seeds. I guess I'll keep one as a backup just in case. And then let's water you and give you a little fertilizer. Why do we have brick dust? Oh, because I took it out of the electrolyzer. Okay, okay. I was scared for a second there. It's nice to actually hear the music you're listening to. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people report the schizo music thing. Oh my lord. Hydrogen, the rest of the alphabet is too... the quest went off the screen. Holy moly. Oh, look, there's a vending machine for hydrogen. I might actually go do that right there, because that would just save a bunch of time. And I feel like I barely ever use those the chemical trades ever. Do I have any chemist? Yeah, I have a ton of chemist coins. Do I have any cells? I feel like I don't. I have 11. It's not bad. 13. Okay, all right, let's do it. I'm just gonna do it out of... How does this work? Maybe I go in? Yeah, there we go. Five, six, 7, 9. The VODs are somewhat schizo when you talk about music. Yeah, that's a cross I'm willing to bear. Oh. Hello, Kazuna Kit. Watching you play this run is really driving me to want to start my own solo run. Let's go. I'm doing a group run at the moment, but I need more Greg in my life. That's when you know you're lost. It's over. You're becoming unemployed. Why did I just get these coins? Alright, I'm gonna do some more inventory management while that all grows, actually. Would you recommend using LV miners for anything, or should I wait for the MV1 or HV ones before even bothering with them? I don't remember the MV miners being very good. I would probably just skip over those for now. I really forgot though, honestly. I think it's just faster to mine by hand, but I hate mining. But I also hate setting up the thing that you need to get the mining thing going. So like, you know, it's a big pile of laziness back to back to back. All right, there we go. Let's get that 31 and start getting my seeds. That sounded really weird. I didn't like that. Chat, pause. I did start a co-op run, but now it's solo. That's how it is. Me and Leaf started way back in the day, and then it was just me getting the Stargate. All right, let's see. 31, 26, 26. That's only a +1 stat gain. That's kind of lame. I'm gonna say let's gamble for a better one. This inventory management is getting a little intense. Let's see if we can... How do I want to go about this? Because I want this to be as easy as possible to edit. So maybe we make like a sand platform here and spread all our oil berries there, and then I'll make like one layer of sand. And then I will plant oil berries. We'll try to spread the oil berries all around that one platform, and then set up our other farm. And then we can set up the line to convert that into light fuel. And I think that's a good way to do today. And then I can do the soul sand on my own time, and we can upgrade it either when I come back on Wednesday or just whenever we feel. 31, 30, 29. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yoink that seed right there. I'm gonna move him right here. And then we're gonna grow him there. And I think that'll be good. Discord invite is still broken? Oh no. Why is that? Does anyone have a Discord invite to my server that they could just put in chat? I'm not gonna lie. 126, 29. Honestly, this one is pretty good as it is, but we can just keep gambling on both. It doesn't hurt anyone. 28, 25, also not very good. I'm gonna have to reset that. Thank you for letting me know that that's an issue. Let's get our spade out, make the rounds on the soul sand farm. Well, this is expanding rather quickly. We might actually be able to just make it fully out of soul sand first go. We're running out of stone. That's actually the limiting factor here, which is kind of embarrassing. I haven't made a rock breaker yet. Let's see, maybe I'll have to spend some time AFKing at the old cobblestone gen. That's odd. I'm not sure why the Discord invite isn't working. I'm gonna open my door, it's getting warm in here. Hello, Ghost Death. Thank you for the raid. How's it going? How was your stream today? Welcome, Ghost Death Raiders. This is a GTNH Superflat playthrough. My name is Nine. Welcome to the channel, y'all. How's everyone doing? Making LV machines? Let's go. We had our LV machines just not too long ago. Alright, this shit broke as hell. We're just gonna delete this, honestly. Let's see if this is any good. Nah. I'll keep one set of oilberry seeds just in case. Let's get a chest here for the line, and then we also probably need a little bit of rain cover so that way we don't blow up our fuel line. I feel like that's appropriate. Where do we want to do it is the real question. Maybe I could just put it under the farm. I feel like that's not crazy. Because then I could put the rain tanks. Do I have space for one? We just have to expand this a little bit. So we would do 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, and then one more side. And then I would put like an oil tank right here. And then we could pipe that over here, have the EBF right there, the MV line there. This is perfect. This is perfect. It's all coming together, chat. Hey, Tosh, how's it going? How are you doing today, my friend? All right, now that that's 100%, we again want to spread it to get our max stat crop. We're almost there. Am I crazy, or did they slow down the smeltery smelting in 2.9? I don't know. There was some discussion about that because they removed the steel ingot recipe in the smeltery, and there was a little bit of a stink in the GitHub about that. I wasn't happy about that, to be fair. 31, 30, 30. It is possible to get a max stat one, so I'm just going to keep gambling here. Are you, my friend? I'm doing well. Played some GOG earlier, now eating pizza. That sounds like a good day. We're getting cursed with +1s here. I'm doing great today. I'm chillaxing. We got Oilberries on the way. There we go. Look at that, boys. Ladies and gents and germs and everything in between. Welcome to our 31, 31, 31 Oilberry. This is going to be our future for a very long time. The Oilberry, this Oilberry, this Oilberry is going to carry us to a new future. Let's go give him some fert and then hit him with the watering can, and we can just start, we can start making this farm actually, like fully. I'm gonna make the bottom layer of sand. So let's just get it all going right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll make that ring. I hear the slimes, and they're kind of scaring me. They really want me, like, so bad. Like, so unbelievably bad. Like, he's trying to take a peek over the wall right now. He's jealous about my Oilberries. Yeah, Hecuba was talking about being an oil baron, but like, for real, we're gonna be crazy oil barons. Last playthrough, I did nothing with oil. I swear I did not, I don't think I touched oil a single time in my entire last playthrough. We got propene, which is a really important thing for plastics by, I think we like steam cracked toluene or something from benzene, because I had a benzene line the whole time. I was pretty benzene pilled last playthrough, but now we're going straight oil. And I think if you do GTNH in 2.9, I think you would be remiss not to do oil, especially with the oil berry. Alright, that looks right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need a lot of sand here. You might need to raise the block a little wall. Yeah, we're just gonna edge the little guy. He'll be okay. We might need to make more sand here. I think I have sand lilies. But I think the easiest way is actually to just take a hammer to some cobble here. 11 times 11 is 121 minus 9 is what? A 121 minus 9 is fucking 112? Yeah, 112. So we need about 2 stacks of sand here. I did biodiesel and it's actually insane. Yeah. The biodiesel path is pretty good, I think, in with crops because of canola. Yeah, that's what I did. I distilled toluene into light fuel. We are probably going to have to be here a minute because we just need this sand straight up. It's either that or soul sand. But we can all hang out. You guys love me. I love you guys. Let's see. What do we got to talk about? I finished my symphony the other day. I was working really hard on that thing, and I finally sent it off to all my teachers and stuff. I'm very excited about that. Namzi, did anyone tell you you look cute today? Actually, my girlfriend did. I guess that was at like 1 a.m. last night, so. How do you get ore? Is the way of playing much more boring than usual? This is a bad example because right now we're doing like a very boring menial task and I have not had to do this for a long while. I actually find Superflat survival much more interesting than normal GTNH, but that's mostly because I hate mining. Which is just, that's just a silly preference of mine. But most people who like GTNH are in it for the long run. Like we love the grind. And it's because the sense of self-torture, you know, it's about torturing oneself to become better, to become stronger. And that is the sense of satisfaction that we get. Did I break my hammer already? God damn. I find that funny because mining is my favorite task. You know, that's what it is, right? It's different for everyone. There is no mining on Superflat, which is like a godsend for me. Yeah, I get a lot of Pianodons enjoyers in my chat. I think this should be enough sand. I do think this should be enough sand because we did lay down a little bit here. 34. Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm not doing the math. I'm not doing the math. We're just gonna full send it, chat. I'm the fastest clicker in the West. What can I say? I'm ridiculous with it. Now that we have our first layer, it's time to start spreading our ore berries, and we can also set up our crop manager, which will be nice. I think the way I'm going to do this is just actually use regular crop spread right at the beginning, because all of these should get max stats. And then once we get that going, I'm going to start harvesting the oil berries around it and just plant these like normal. The path of Greg is a long journey, one that is more about the journey than the destination. Exactly. And it's actually life. It's actually what life is. It's a series of self improvements and failure over and over again until you become better. That is what I strive for, is becoming better. There are many life lessons in GTNH. That is why it is like the only pack that anyone ever plays once they've played it once. All right, I need to eat. I think we left off on blackberries. What happened with Project Singularity? Hey, hi Jester. Sorry, I read that message and then I totally forgot to address it. It's somewhat alive. I haven't been playing in a while. Hecuba, I think, streams it occasionally. I don't know what the future plans hold. I haven't been playing because I stopped because there are lag issues, and then I continued to not play because I'm really enjoying Superflat. And the second reason is that content is really hard to make on Project Singularity because at a certain point, viewers can't really like relate. It's hard to get a through line. With Superflat, the reason I love this so much is because you guys as viewers can watch and you know exactly what's going on because you have a detailed documented video series from start to finish, and every step along the way you've been there with me, so you feel this accomplishment like super as well as I do almost. And that's something that you can't really get on Project Singularity just because it's so multiplayer and there's so much stuff going on. So those are my two reasons. I probably won't talk about that much anymore. But yeah. All right, so 1, 2, and then crop manager. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, then glass. I don't need to play the game if I can LARP it by watching you. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why you're here. You know, that's why we're all here. To just enjoy each other's company and enjoy the grind of Greg. Except I'm the only one who has to grind it. And I kind of like that. I enjoy the grind. So I think I already forgot what we have to do. I think it's 1, 2, then crop manager. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then glass. Cool. That works. We can also do this. Let's put our battery buffer down here and put our battery in. And I'm going to disable harvest. I'm going to enable hydration. So that way, once we get our water source in here, it can just start watering these crops for us, which will make them grow faster. And then obviously we need to make the battery buffer face the crop manager. And yeah, now that our crop manager is all set up, all we gotta do is start spreading the oil berries and hook this up to water actually. So that way we can have it water our crops. So let's go set up the rest of this. I need more of these rain barrels. Let's see how we're gonna make those. I think I only need 2. I remember that. Let's just put it on autocraft. What is this called? It's not a barrel. Am I washed? Water tank. I simply don't know how to play the game anymore. I don't want to do rubber pulp. That's an okay recipe. Refined glue ain't bad. Cast iron ain't bad. I might do this one. Let's see. How many do I need again? Is it 26 per each one of these? 9 times 3 minus 1. 27, 26. Cool. 26 times 2 is 52. Yeah, that's doable. Do oilberries need sky axis? They shouldn't. They should not, as far as I'm aware. Let's get all those wood frame boxes. 208 sticks, that's not too bad. Cast iron rods, we can also very easily craft out. Your good background noise while I schedule my work and school alarms. I will take that as a supreme compliment. We are out of cast iron right now, which is not a bad thing at all. This music sounds like I should be riding a coin horse. I think I know what that means. Not interested in making the water pump multi-block? No, because I would need to feed it steam, and I hate doing that. Missing a file. Oh. Ew. Okay. I also need some more sticks here. What's the recipe for sticks that we're using? Fuck it. We just go like this. And then like this. Almost there. There we go. Okay. I know my inventory is a mess. Let's clean this up real quick so that way this is a lot easier to withstand. I hate when my inventory isn't clean. It does piss me off, so I hate to do it to you guys. Let's see what we can drop off over here. I low-key don't need the watering can right now. Want to keep the wrench for now. Keep the crop sticks. And get rid of the sword and maybe the scythe. And then that. And then the hydrogen cells we'll just like put on the ground. Right here. Let's sleep a little bit. That's my inventory on a good day. Yeah, I mean, there is a whole thing, which is that because GregTech has so much new items and content, like the inventory bloat is very real. It is a thing. I almost wonder, I'm like thinking about newer versions of Minecraft, I would almost wonder if they should just like increase, like buff inventory slots by 1 row for everything. Chests, internal inventory. I genuinely think that would make the game just better, given how many more items that they've added to the game. All right, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay. The next thing to do, me when my brain actually works, is to get these water tank sidings. So let me do that. Let's put our glue in here, get our cast iron rods and our wood frame boxes, and that should start crafting out all the wood water tank sidings. Let's also get some wooden pipes, because we're going to get water up to this crop manager here. Nine, it's nice to see you out of editing jail. Haven't seen the video yet, but a live stream is tons better, so I'll catch up later. Hello, Blad Guru. How's it going? I'm glad you're here. Where did I say I was going to put the water tanks? Like right here? Let's switch to ladders as well. Oh, I need the looms, of course. Everyone was asking me in the comments like, why are you using looms? And my answer was, I think they look cool. Which might be lame, but I think they look sick. Also, they're really easy to make. So let's set up our water pipe for when we get our rain barrels, our water tanks. Oh, that's awkward. I'm going to run this direction. And then we're going to shutter it just a little bit. I'm going to shutter it at the corners, so that way it only goes in one direction. You guys know this tech. This is classic. Yeah, that looks right. And then I just like to do it at each corner, just for like the sake of it. And I think going up also is probably a good idea. And then that should be easy. Let's get some ladders for easy access, and then I should start spreading those oil berries for sure. My hog is bottlenecked at octane. I've heard that high octane gasoline is not very good, just because of the octane itself is very hard to sustainably make. So you might have much more success working in a different way. What am I doing? Ladders. I guess the next thing I have to do is start making the actual the LV energy line, which will be fun. I'll need 3 light fuel is what? Needs a combustion generator. So I'll need 3 basic combustion generators and then 1 MV one eventually. Let's put these on different pages. I'm gonna pattern all of this out. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Piston, we're running kind of scarily low on steel. I'm actually kind of scared if we're gonna make it without me having to grind out some steel in another way. That's like over a stack of steel. That's no joke. It's pretty satisfying. The oil berries start growing. Is this powered? Yeah, it must be. I built out the LV oil setup without making the extra generators. It has trouble. I don't know what that means, but I hope mine won't have trouble. Hello, Shrevy. How's it going? Why don't you pattern it with favorites? Because I'm an old head. I don't know. I like controlling the recipes also because sometimes I have preferences, but mostly it's because I'm too lazy to learn a new trick. There's one water tank. We gotta wait just a second. One generator can't come anywhere close to keeping it all running. Yeah, that's actually a good question. Is there any steps I can take shortcuts on because I can put them in one generator? So that's 30 EU per tick right there. That's 24. And that's 30. Yeah, there's basically nothing I can like skimp on. Even the electrolyzer is pretty close to a full amp. One, two, three, four. Those are 2 more water tanks. And I think they're running. They better be. I don't see any water anywhere. Oh, wait, that's 111 water. Okay, that's good. We're in a good spot there. I can speed this up a little bit by adding some water directly. Or can I? Is there no way to do that? Can I add it to this? Okay, that works. What? Why is that not interactable? Interesting. Okay, brain, what are we doing next? Let's start collecting all the stuff we need for our line. I'm gonna keep the machines over here because I think I need to get some light fuel to seed the line. So I guess the first thing that we can do is actually make a little bit of light fuel. And the way we're gonna do that is by fluid extracting first. How do we make these tanks? Quartz glass. I'm gonna make a little bit more of these tanks so I can use them today. Where's my Certus quartz dust? There we go. Wood pipe so small. Truk. I'm gonna wait till we get 1 tank worth, and then once we get the 1 tank, I can just do all the fluids that like that. Oh, wait a minute. I need a ton of light fuel. Hold up. I should repattern this out with like actual numbers. Sulfuric light fuel. Light fuel. I guess we can do this recipe. 30 oil berries. Yeah, we got 38. 500 liters of hydrogen. Let's do 2 of that. 60 oil berries. Doable. I think I'm just gonna trash this fertilizer. I don't really know the best way to do this. Maybe I can just like... Oh, that works. Because I need to pick up this glue, which is far more important. Let's check on our steel supply for our 3 generators. Okay, we actually do have enough. Just enough. I'm gonna go very easy on this and just make sure we craft just as much as we need, because I don't have a good source of steel or oxygen or anything right now. I'll have to do some off-screen grinding to get a little more. Our villages Our villagers all died randomly after MV Day. I let the server run for a while. For some reason, everyone just died. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to redo the villages, but I have... This time I have the golden lassos, which will be easier. So if this has been asked already, is there a specific reason your webcam overlays in the top left, since bottom left would allow us to see bookmarked any items? I'm just lazy and I like where it's at. It looks like I'm looking at the screen. You won't use any bookmarking, well, that's not true. You do use it a lot. That's a tough one. Just put it in the middle of the screen? That's true. I didn't think about it that way, but when you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense. All right, so I'm gonna turn off fluid auto output and we're gonna put in 60 oil berries. That should give us an amount of oil that I know. 6,000 liters of oil, there we go. And then from there, we're gonna distill it on circuit 2 into 6,000 liters of sulfuric light fuel. So let's grab this bad boy. We can get rid of the packager now, and these two scrap gamblers, we'll just put those somewhere else for now. My inventory. Oh no, bro. Okay, let's find a place for the packagers. I think I'm gonna put them over here because they're weird. Okay, we just have enough. Yeah, we actually just have enough to finish this line, which is kind of insane. And then I definitely need more steel. There's our 6,000 oil. Let's pick up our Certus Quartz fluid tank right here. Yoink all of that. This distillery will be on circuit 2. Let's see how expensive this is, first of all. This is 24 EU per tick, so we can tank the losses from it being far away. That's okay. That's going to be a little bit slow. It's probably going to be our bottleneck, honestly, for the entire system. And then we'll be good to go. Hey, Nova, how's it going? What's different with you? Is it a good different? I hope it's a good different. I think I'm just deathly tired is what's going on, and I haven't shaved. Please let this be a normal field trip. Okay. Let's see if we can just craft this all out. I'm going to see what we're missing here. We're missing 6 wrought iron plates and ooh. The thick steel gears might be the end of us. We might need to grind out some more steel here. We don't really have that much oxygen, and I'm pretty sure we don't have any steel dust. Please tell me that this is a huge stack of steel. This? I love myself. This is a little gift from the past. Oh my god. Holy fucking peak. Oh. That's so good. Alright, I'm feeling lucky. We gotta gamble these scrap boxes. I mean, we gotta sell. I'll take the sell. We gotta go and eat, I think. Actually, I'll keep the ladders. Yeah, let's go eat. Put the steel dust back. And I heard in beta 2 they removed the steel recipe. Yeah, I commented on the GitHub PR for that. I do not like that. A lot of people also did not like that. But I'm in a very old version. I'm in daily 544 or something. How are you doing, Orange? Yeah, plot armor, exactly. Streamer luck. I think GOG, you're still required to make the BBF, right? So it's not like the end of the world for GOG, as far as I'm aware. It is just kind of unfortunate. Alright, we keep spreading our oil berries. America! Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Steel was already in a good place. I don't quite understand why it was changed. I'm gonna be a little annoying here, and I think it's because content creators are doing it universally. That steel recipe has been known, has been in the game for a very long time, and it only got changed because some content creators, or most content creators, started using it because it's an alternate path to get steel that feels good. And I love, love when GTNH has multiple different ways to get somewhere. They have like the main simple way, which is the brick blast furnace that most people do. And then if you're like, if you know a little bit, if you play the game, you're rewarded with your knowledge by knowing that you can do the smeltery steel and mob farm or villager farm. I don't know. I think, yeah, you guys know how I feel about that. We have all of the stuff we need to make our 3 basic combustion generators. So I'm gonna put some stuff away here so that way we have enough space. Let's see if we can just knock that all out. Wow. Those are going to be very expensive, but they're going to be a very good investment for our future. Exploding fluids for power. Beautiful. I think I'll want to make my line this way and just like do it from maybe like left to right here. We could start with yeah, I'll do that later. How is our distillation? Nice. So we have all of our sulfuric light fuel. We can yoink that out. And then now the last step of this, which you've all seen, is we're going to turn this into light fuel. And I'm just going to get rid of the hydrogen sulfide here. We do need some excess cells, so we'll just need to do some juggling. I avoided those generators because the quest had the word exploding in it, and I didn't like the sound of putting that near my machines. I love that. I actually love that. That's really good. Oh, nice. Some cells. Oh, interesting. I could have gotten oil cells in LV if I knew about that quest. Interesting. Where's the rest of our diesel cells? Hello? Didn't I claim the quest? Where item go? Did I just get robbed? Or is my shit lagging like crazy? Ah, there it is. All right, here's the final step. Let's put our hydrogen in here. Let's put our light fuel I actually think we need to do this in a very weird way. We need to yoink the hydrogen somewhere else for a sec. Put this into cells. Put that there. Grab the hydrogen back. And then do that. And then that's going to be a circuit 4. Fluid logistics in early game is really weird. And there we go. There's our first 6 cells of light fuel. Exciting, exciting. I'm gonna swap this out here. I'm gonna put that in here. Put that in that. Yoink the excess hydrogen. And we might need to just take the L on the hydrogen sulfide. We'll see. Now that we're here, we've got our combustion gens, we've got our machines. I think we should just set this up. Someone stole my wrench. Did it break? There's the file. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna make another one. We out of hammers too? No, we're not. Okay. I thought I was going insane, chat. Hello, Senisari. Sensiari. Sen. I'll call you Sen. Is that okay? Finally caught stream live once. I love the series. Has me motivated to finally start my NH run after all those other Greg packs I played. Keep up the good work. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're well today. Thanks for popping by. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's grab our chem reactor, our distillery, and then I'm just gonna yoink this fluid extractor because hopefully we can just make an MV one on the flip side. I'm gonna sleep real quick. We're gonna need some type of fluid pipe. Oh, and I prepared for this because I'm a genius. We're gonna use potent fluid pipe because potent is good. Let me do a quick back of the napkin calculation. There's a couple different size pipes we can do. 1,000 liters per second when we're talking about light fuel is 305,000 EU per second. Yo, what's good, bro? What's fucking good? What are you doing here? Please stop interrupting this. I'm scared of you. That is 15 KEU per tick. All right, that is far more than we'll ever need. So let's do the tiny potent pipes. I don't know what gets this guy to explode, frankly, and I don't want to find out. So let's go with tiny potent pipes, because that can carry about 16 KEU per tick. That should be like far more than we will need ever when we're using light fuel. We also need a drawer for our oil berries. We'll need some like item logistics. So maybe we can get some tin item pipes going. The bigger the better here because we're gonna be schmoovin' oil berries. And I'm gonna just set this up right now so that way we have a kind of an idea of how this is gonna go. So the first thing we need to do is collect the oil berries in an oak drawer. From there, actually I might collect them with a hopper. That might be smarter. Although we might be doing it way faster than a hopper can deal with. And then we need to transfer them eventually. Let's leave some space to transfer them into the fluid extractor first. My fucking wrench. It stole my wrench again. Let's also get a key. Here we go. Okay, the first step is that our oil berries will end up in here, and then somehow we'll have to transport them into this basic fluid extractor. From there, we can auto fluid output this to our basic distillery, which should be on circuit 2. That will create the sulfuric light fuel that we're after. And then the final step is I'm actually just going to do this with hydrogen cells, so we can auto output the fluid one more time to the left directly into this low voltage chem reactor. And then we'll just need to do some fluid logistics to loop the cells. Once we're there, we'll figure out the hydrogen recycling. I'm going to put our generators back here. 1, 2, 3. And then I guess I'll just power them like so. And then I'm trying to think about this. We'll eventually put the MV gen here, the MV electrolyzer here. We'll use conduits to sort out the sulfuric, the hydrogen sulfide. So then what I can do is auto fluid output from here, which will eventually be full light fuel. And what I'm going to do is kind of silly. I'm going to loop it all the way around so it guarantees that our machines that we're working with to make the fluid get first dibs on the light fuel. So we can do that. I don't think we explode anything like this, luckily. So, man, I'm kind of scared of this. There's so many things that could potentially go wrong, I feel like. Now that is a dense fuel. Let's give it a try. Let's see where we're at. I'm going to put this in here. That is fluid extracting into here, which is getting distilled into here. And eventually we put these in. And what circuit did we want for this? Circuit 4 to turn that into light fuel. I think we're good. I think we're chilling. So once this gets a huge amount of sulfuric light fuel, it's actually kind of diabolical. I think we need 12,000 liters, then it starts going. And let me just get the easier recipe here up on the dash. Each of those takes 120 oil berries, each one recipe, which is not too bad. Let's see how long this fuel lasts. Let's also keep spreading our oil berries while we're here. How are we going to do that? Like that, and then like that. We need more crop sticks. I name tagged one of the creeper, the ender creepers, and called him Jeeves. He was the base mascot until someone accidentally looked at him. Average autism experience. I don't really need more soul sand lily seeds at this point. I think we're chilling. I'm vibing too much to the music. I'm gonna have to rewatch the VOD. Yeah, you can't get the details straight. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, this is so satisfying. We just need to deal with item logistics now. We gotta figure out how to get the oil berries where we want them to go. Hey, how did you do that? I don't like that at all. Get out of here, weed. Let's do the offhand trick. That's a lot easier. I'm eventually going to replace this all with soul sand. but I just cannot be bothered right now. I'll do that off screen. Off camera. Let's harvest our soul sand as well so that we can keep that up and I can just build that out. Why soul sand? So, why soul sand? That's a good question. Oil berries only need one layer. They only need one piece of soil. And technically, this crop manager, we can stack 3 layers of crops on it. I think technically I can put sand on top of these crop sticks. I really don't want to do that. I feel like that would be kind of diabolical. But the soul sand would allow us to put 3 layers stacked back to back to back, and all of them are interactable via the crop manager. Although I'm wondering if I think I put the crop manager 1 layer too low. Yeah, I did, didn't I? And then the glass is also, as a consequence, 1 layer too low. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's fix that. But yeah, as Numrabuck is saying, it's not subject to gravity. The crop manager is 1 block too low. Good catch, good catch. Are you working? You need more oil berries. Duh. And then let's actually, what I'm gonna do here, just for now, we're gonna cut off this source here. I guess that is one way to do it. I think it's easier to probably just do that. So that way it fills up the buffers of the light fuel creating stuff first. Now what am I doing, chat? I'm moving everything up a block. Let's grab a couple of ladders and some scaffolding. Oh. GTNH for the small wins. I love doing something for the first time. It's satisfying. Exactly. Yes. Do we do a conveyor? Am I really gonna make a LV conveyor for this? I hate conveyors so bad. I actually just dislike all item logistics in LV. I wish that these GT pipes were better. Because if you use a hopper with a GT pipe, it only goes 1 item at a time, no matter how many stacks per second it can technically handle. It's one of the really annoying things that I just do not like about GT pipes. We've talked about fixing them. Ultra Prodigy and I had some ideas about how to fix them. Sadly, they're our best option right now. That'll probably be enough. We can do a stack at a time. Stack 1 stacks per 2 second. Conveyor is 1 stack of 16 items every 5 seconds. All right, so if I just make 1 more set of item translocators, we can make this bleeding fast. And I'm thinking maybe we need another set of item translocators for the hydrogen sulfide, because we need to output the hydrogen sulfide cell into the electrolyzer, then get the hydrogen back. This is so confusing. I wish I just had conduits, bruh. I might just feed this by hand back into the chem reactor until I get the sufficient amount of conduits, which would be really silly, but also kind of valid. Another thing that I'm going to do now that I just thought about it is let's actually mine out all of these and then replace them with soul sand right off the rip. So that way they have enough space to grow. Thank you for the follow. Annaleton? Annaleton? I appreciate you, my friend. Hello, Kate. Kate Lilly, how's it going, my friend? How are you doing? Okay, we got our first batch going. We got hydrogen sulfide in an empty cell back. Yeah, let's make the MV electrolyzer. We'll talk about item logistics later. I think I'll have to make Ender IO conduits, which would be kind of annoying, but we'll get there eventually. There might be some janky way I can just do this for now. You want me to put a sand thing on top of a crop stick? I'm kind of scared, but I guess we can. That would be the most diabolical thing if it failed. Yeah, that does technically work. I genuinely hate that though. Like, please don't make me do that shit. I don't fuck with that at all. Alright, for now, I suppose we could just do this. Doesn't really hurt anyone. I love the translocators. They're fast, they're filterable. They're just lovely all around. Is this vanilla GTNH or do you have any add-ons? This is vanilla GTNH. I am not a big add-on person. I love vanilla GTNH. Hello, Pipebender. Have you looked at transfer nodes from extra utilities for logistics? They're okay. They only move items one at a time, which is another problem. So they don't interface with item pipes, and they also go really slow over long distances, is something that I've noticed. Like, this is definitely an option for something we can use. In fact, actually, that's a good idea that we can use this in conjunction with the transfer node right now. Let me do 2 glowstone. Smart, smart, smart. I did remove village names. That is a good point. Because that should definitely be fast enough, right? Yeah, just barely. And then we can take tin item pipes from here. And then I could do something especially janky here. You'll love it. Let's connect that first. Wasn't there a stack upgrade for transfer nodes? Yeah, but it's GTNHified. It's Gregified. So I don't think I can craft it for a while. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna try to get rid of that. I need a steel wrench. I'm gonna end it. Oh, I do still gotta move it up. Oh my god, that actually solves everything. Thank you. I don't know why I'm like ADHDing out so hard right now. Let's get some scaffolding blocks for me. Let's go there. And then I'm gonna shutter the... Okay, that's fair. That is actually a fair interaction right there. I'm gonna shutter the pipe. We're going to get the crop manager back on top here. I'm going to turn off harvest real quick because I still need to get the seeds. And then we're going to do something funny, which is I'm going to use the item translocators to technically get the items out. And that should transfer a stack at a time. So if we do turn on harvest, which I can do that in a sec, and I'll show you that it does a stack. Let's put our solar panel back in, our battery back in. Yeah, watch this. And that does one stack into the item pipe at a time, which is a lot faster. And those should all end up down here and then transferred into here. Perfect. Perfect. When I eventually need that to happen. Do you still have the other planets? I'm trying to do as few dimensions as possible. Look at that. We've got light fuel coming out our gills. Oh, this is so good. All right, I think we should do the MV electrolysis part now. We'll just have to figure out how to do the item logistics with it this early on, which is just going to be a little awkward, but we'll live. The first thing we're going to do, though, is we got to make an MV combustion generator and an MV electrolyzer. A great machine to have. Let me redo that, actually, now that I remember editing something like that. And it was a pain in the ass because I was just staring at NEI. One more try, chat. So now that our light fuel line is going and we have hydrogen sulfide, it's time to start recycling this with an MV electrolyzer. So let's go build out an advanced electrolyzer and an advanced combustion generator, which is going to be actually pretty expensive. Here's that. And the advanced combustion generator, which is going to be fairly expensive. There we go. All right, I just made my life a lot easier. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I feel like I sound like a crazy mad person because I gotta go back and like say editor brain stuff. This actually looks pretty cheap, honestly. We do need some MV circuits, which we actually have 3 of. So I'm just gonna yoink that already. We have one more for the advanced combustion generator. It's like I planned ahead or something. That's ridiculous. Let's get a quick napkin calculation of how much aluminum we need and some of the other stuff that we're going to need. Let's get small gear. Let's get big gear. Let's get this back. And then let's calculate the plates and then the rods. And I've actually been doing some aluminum crafting myself, so this might work out better than I think it does. That's our recipe. So we need 60 ingots, which is not the easiest thing ever, but we can definitely run our EBF a little bit more. I have some cryolite and some alumina, so let's get that thing going. This is going to use all of our possible LV power, which means I need to start this back up. Uh-oh. Otherwise, we're definitely going negative on Steam. Let's grab our cryolite as well. Everyone pull out your napkins, we're doing math. Real. Editor 9 sometimes thanks you. Maybe the MV extruder isn't a bad idea. You're right, it isn't. Let's see how bad it is. Because it could probably save us... Oh man, that's really cheap. Other than the circuits, that might be the play. Because then we can get these gears at a much cheaper rate. Because right now it's 8 ingots worth for 1 gear, when it could be literally half of that. It's close. I'm like kind of tempted, but I think I gotta make today all about oil, and then we'll just be a little bit wasteful. 1 to 2 rods as well. Oh, it does pain me to do this, but I think we just gotta focus on oil today so that editing is easier. I could always grind out more cryolite and more alumina. Not a huge problem. Thank you for the follow, Alex. I appreciate you, my friend. How are you today? I know there's plastic love. Oh shit, we are like fucking eating steam right now. Let's turn that off real quick. We gotta wait till the boiler heats up all the way before we can run the EBF, sadly. Let's see what we can do in the meantime. It's mostly 34 plates. Am I like hiding alu somewhere? I feel like I had a lot more. What are you keeping the wooden tools from scrap boxes for? Oh, just for the memories, you know. Just for the vibes. Oh yeah, we... Oh, Lord have mercy. We very close to power failed our EBF, which is not good. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad. 24 more aluminum ingots. Let's keep working on our oil berries and our soul sand. We should be good in no time. I am so excited to have fully passive power. I cannot explain to you how exciting it is going to be to have a full MV single block line that I can just use whenever. I don't have to wait for the damn steam thing to heat up. I can just roll in there and use my machines. Do you know how amazing that's going to be? Oh my god. I am I'm so excited for this to be like fully done. Aren't Oilberries HV gated? I don't think so. I'm running out of space in my inventory. This is getting awkward. I need like a chest over here that I can dump random shit in. How are you doing that? Lois, I'm scared. Peter, the horse is here. Ah, yeah, Edgy missed the whole downstatting thing. Chat, can someone fill Edgy in on the downstatting? I cannot have this conversation anymore. I love you, Edgy. It's nothing against you. Everyone's asking about the downstatting and the oilberry. There's a thing. Someone please fill him in. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. We're like producing so much fuel. Life is about to be so good. Alright, is our boiler heated up yet? That would help us. I'm just gonna chuck a bunch more in there so we don't have to have it cool down again. Is our steam buffer up? That's the real question. Not enough that I'm comfortable running the EBF. I guess we could like do one recipe here. Okay, we're probably fine. Let's see how far we can get in this craft and see what else we need. We're missing some cupronickel wire, some cables of different kinds. Is this annealed copper? I got the wrong recipe. God damn it. So that's regular copper. Let's see what we're missing again. So let's see. 12 copper cable. 4 what must be tin, or is that silver? Silver wire. Ooh, that's gonna sting a little bit. We gotta put the polarizer back up for some steel rods, and then yeah, that's all doable. Let's get our wire mill running. Ouch. I'm gonna buy copper cables because I'm lazy as shit. There you go. And I only need, yeah, like 16 of those. Do we have silver? That is the question that I'm most scared about right now. Got manganese. We got 9 silver ingots. Life is so good. All right, once that's done, I guess I could just chuck that in there, and then I will craft it out into 1 times wire when I'm done. All right, yeah, we're just gonna have to juggle between soul sand and oil berries and this boiler till it heats up, and then we can get our shit done. Now, do you think you'll do more crop downsetting? It was my favorite run of the run so far. Mods Ben, this guy. He wants to see me fail. He wants to see me suffer. Ben, this motherfucker. Alright, I think it's time. We can replace this layer with all soul sand. Which is actually kind of a pain in the ass, but whatever. Whatever. Am I gonna get all the seeds if I do that? Let's see. Yeah, that does drop the seed, I think. Cool. Inventory manager? I hardly know her. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny, guys. Please put me in a mental asylum. There we go. I'm gonna drop off all the oil bear. Can I just put those in here? No. No, Grandpa, that was funny. Damn, that's diabolical. I gotta use that. That is like, that's peak rage bait right there, actually. That's so good. Guys, what are your favorite rage bait phrases? Now that I'm back in a dating pool, I'm dating someone. I need to get up on my rage bait game. I know you are, but what am I? I think that's weak rage bait. I think that's too easy to rebuff. I'm not angry. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's subtle. That's a very dad flavored rage bait. Yeah, I can actually just imagine that. That's really good. That's it's got layers to it, honestly. Nevim Lacey says, "Yeah, I use benzene." That is pretty good rage bait. Although, like, I think threefold has done irreparable damage to the ability for the community to go meta because benzene is forever part of the culture of GTNH now because of threefold. And at a certain when he was doing it, I think there was an argument to be made that benzene was really good because it was fully passive. You could take your time with the pack, and then you wouldn't have to think about it for the rest of the pack because there's no good renewable ways to get oil. But now that oil berries are a thing, there's pretty much no excuse to use benzene. And then also you could do biodiesel, which is just also better benzene. Good rage bait is backseating as a gator. Who's getting rage baited? The backseater or the gator? All right, I want to double check these because if I ever have to go and like tend to these, we're gonna have a problem because I'm gonna build another layer directly on top of this. It's probably all getting rewatered and shit. Let's see if it's actually, it's like low-key working. Let's get our ladders. Let's keep them going. Oh yeah, baby. Thank you for the prime sub, 2C Base. How you doing, my friend? I appreciate that. Let's go all the way with this layer just so I can show off what it looks like when you have a fully compact crop farm. We're about to be swimming in oil berries, though, is what I can say to you guys. Like, it's gonna be diabolical. Shouldn't swim in berries, that'll irritate your skin. I'm a boy who loves berries and cream. What can I say? All right, so as you can see, I think technically this crop manager can interface with all of the layers that are here. So it can go 1, 2 blocks down and then 1, 2 blocks above it. I think that works, right? Crop managers have an 11 by 11 by 5 radius. Yeah, 1, 2. Perfect. So if you stack the crops like this and like make a whole thing of them, technically you'll never be able to like use or like interact with the inner ones, but now you don't have to because they're maxed out. They'll never get sick or anything. So by having a setup like this, you can really densely pack your LV crop manager. And I think this is the meta. This is the way to go. That is assuming that there's no undersoil block that it needs, which these don't have, which is good. All right, we've got a little bit of steam buffer. Let's start gambling. Would you still appreciate my sub if I was a worm? Yes, absolutely. I think I might appreciate it more because you put in more effort as a worm to put a sub down. Like, I think that's more impressive, genuinely. Yeah, that's my final answer, actually. $5.78 Coke ovens win. Glad I could catch stream, but I gotta head home from work now. I'll catch the rest of the VODs. Drive safe. Do higher tier crop managers have higher vertical range? That's a good question. No, they're all by 5, but they have higher horizontal range to like a ridiculous degree. 55 by 5 by 55 blocks with a 60% chance for extra drops. Whoa. But I think at that point we'll want to use the new crops NH structure, the industrial farm, which I think is really powerful. All right, what are we doing? We got to get our wires. Grab all that. I'm going to return some of our crop. Well, no, let's get a chest and put it over there with all the stuff that I'll need in the future. Because I'm tired of holding on to all this inventory stuff. I forget what the chest recipe is. I feel like I put that in my video like 20 times. And I still forgot it. Okay. Can't you make the industrial farm already? Hell no, that thing is very expensive. Look at this thing. Industrial farm controller, MV sensor, MV robot arm, advanced crop manager. This is the recipe for the sensor. You know how robot arms work. The crop manager is 2 more robot arms, another sensor, and all this shit. That is way expensive for me right now. We are eating steam. Let me turn off this assembler real quick. I guess I can just put it here. That. Oilberries. I guess the potent fluid pipe can go there. Tin item pipe. Cool. That clears out my inventory just a bit. Makes my life a little bit easier. Maybe I'll put that there as well. And the fert. Okay, I think I'm ready to move on to the next section of today. Let's see what we need to finish that MV thingy. We need 1 polarized steel rod and 4 more copper nickel wire, which we should actually have this copper nickel. I swear I just made copper nickel wire. Am I crazy, chat? Did that like disappear somewhere? Did I delete it? Oh, it's all right here. Okay. I mistook it for tiny potent fluid pipe. So let's finally get our polarizer out, wherever it may be. Slap that bad boy on there. Need a couple more steel rods. Wires are just pipes for electricity if you think about it. That is a great way to put it. I fully agree with that. Okay, I think all we need is a little bit of alu, which should be cooking right now. Speaking of, I should definitely turn this off so it doesn't power fail. Cool. One thing I want to check, is this a crafting task? No, it's a retrieval task. That is very good. All right, let's auto craft this all out. Our next step in the run is to get the electrolyzer and our advanced combustion generator, which I think we just have everything to do. So let's craft that all out. And we have everything we need to fully make this passive. I just need to do some logistical stuff. Oh, and a quest. Oh, don't mind if I do. Glowflower seeds? Hello, Cat's Cozy Gamers. What's poppin', everybody? Thank you for the raid. Let's shout out Cat's Cozy Games, my favorite GTNH streamers. How's everyone doing today? If you don't know me, which you probably do, because our community is like the same community. My name is Nine, and I am working on a Superflat survival run right now, and we are doing great today. I'm actually so excited about today. We've been doing some good work. Steam elevator happened. I don't even want to know what that is, honestly. Is that twist stuff? Today we got our Oilberries finally. Check this out, chat. We are profiting. I guess the sunlight axis is really giving this layer of Oilberries an advantage. Huh. But check this out, everyone. We have light fuel coming through at Mach 10. And we've got those Oilberries extracting into oil, turning it into sulfuric light fuel, and then into light fuel, which we're going to use to power our base. And I'm so excited about it. The thing that I need to do next is we need to start recycling our hydrogen sulfide back into hydrogen. So I am getting a advanced combustion generator here. Let's connect this back up. And just to check, that is an MV electrolyzer and an MV generator. There will be no explosions today if I can help it. As you can see that this hydrogen sulfide, when we put it in the advanced electrolyzer... Oh, we need another cell. I forgot about that. I guess we can just do that, which should equalize everything. So we need to find a way to get the cells and the hydrogen sulfide cells over here, and then a way to get the hydrogen cells back here, and then the sulfur somewhere else. So this is going to be a little complicated here. How do we want to do this? I think I can do auto item output this way. That would help us quite a bit. GT not leisure, let's go. Oilberries are huge. I'm so excited. How did you get the soul sand? We started by recycling things and gambling scrap boxes, which you can see I did a little bit of. And then once we got our first soul sand, we could get our soul sand lilies, which allow us to English. Soul sand lilies allow us to regenerate the soul sand passively, which I have been doing in order to get a little bit more of it. How are you guys doing today? So Kat says that you guys made the steam elevator. What does that do? I'm kind of scared. The space elevator, I know what that does, but the steam elevator, I've never heard of that. Got the key, I got this. Do we want to make another transfer node? It would make life a lot easier. But it doesn't need to be that near that quick. We could either make a transfer node or we could make an LV conveyor. Oh my god, I can't mine tin item pipes without a steel wrench. I forgot about that. Sorry, chat. I'm just trying to like think of the cheapest way we can do this automation here. Maybe a trans locator? No, transfer node? No, that's more expensive than a conveyor, lol. Yeah, let's just make the conveyor belt. I hate to say it. Probably the easiest way. Ugh. What are we missing? Nothing. That makes my life so much better. Lots of modules. There's ore processing, greenhouse, creative flight, entity crusher, and mob replicator. That's insane. That sounds very strong. Uh, that is some GTNL shit if I ever heard some. Okay, so let's attach a conveyor belt set to import into a tin item pipe. And that should take all of the items output, which should be the cell and the hydrogen sulfide cell. And that should eventually get these over to the electrolyzer. It doesn't have to be super fast because we only do this sulfuric light fuel conversion every once in a while. And then from there, we can auto output the cell and the sulfur back into this oak drawer because there's priority for based on distance. So it'll prioritize putting the sulfur back first, if we can do that. And then second priority will be to put the items back into this chem reactor. So it's doing the chem reaction right now. We'll see if this works. The problem is that conveyor belts are just really slow. Eventually, yep, there we go. Hydrogen sulfide in. And then in like 16 more seconds, nice. The empty cell goes in. We get our electrolysis. And that should auto output. The sulfur goes up. The hydrogen goes back. Perfect. Perfect. We now have a fully passive light fuel system that even generates us some excess sulfur. And the less thing that we have to do is put a tank on it so that way we can store a bunch of it and see how much we have. Let's go do that. Bee production and breeding modules too. Jesus, that sounds very strong. Yeah, we will eventually need to put a void upgrade onto the drawer with the sulfur. I'm just going to check on that by myself every once in a while because that should be really slow given how much light fuel we're actually going to be producing and consuming. I don't even know the calculation on this. There's no easy way to make a quick calculation, but we should be producing sulfur extremely slow. It's also an insane amount of brass really early on. That does sound true. That sounds like a truke. All right, yeah. So let's make the tank. Let's see, what time is it? How much time we got? We got a decent amount of time. So let's make the tank, and then afterwards, I'm going to see if we can finish all floors of this. If not, I'll just do that on my own time. It's no biggie. You guys know what that looks like. I used something like 60,000 steel and 120k bronze. Jeez. Yeah, that is no joke right there. Item pipes go there. Do we have like an extra hydrogen cell? No, I'm just going to put the cell there. Tank we don't need. Wrench we don't need. Wire cutter probably don't need. No longer need the plant lens for now. So I got a question, chat. Oh my god, the music ended. What are we gonna do? New to base mix. Easy money. Which one of you is gifting the lathe anonymously gift subs? Who is it? I need to know. I need to find this person and blow them up with my mind. That's diabolical. You know I hate the lathe. You know I hate ads too. So giving the lathe ad-free viewing experience to my channel, ooh, thin ice. Thin ice. All right, how expensive is it to make another one of these tanks? Should we just assembler this? Circuit 21. Who the fuck is using IC2 and iron plates? What is going on with that? Is that just the recipe? Is it just broke? Oh my god. Super tank? Let's look at super tank. I think I remember the issue is that we need polyethylene and we don't have that yet, but I guess we could make it, right? Because we have light fuel. Let's see how we get to light fuel or to polyethylene from light fuel. First, we need ethylene. We'd probably need to make another chem reactor. Which is ethanol and sulfuric acid. Definitely doable. We also don't have a fluid solidifier, so that would be kind of annoying. I do like the idea of the super tank, but let's try the railcraft tank. I like that a little bit better. It's easier to see. It's a little cuter. How many do we need again? There's a quest. 32 and 2. Let's do 24 of these. And then we'll replace the other walls, the 6 other walls that we're missing with iron tank gauges. Let's just hope that the plate recipe works. Otherwise, just I'll go fuck myself, I guess. And then 2 valves. Hey, Orak. Would you still love me if I was a lathe? I don't know. That's a tough one, Orak. That's a tough one. Cheers, by the way. Thanks to your hate for the lathe, I noticed that rods are way cheaper in the extruder. So thank you. You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime. All right, let's get our stuff together. Iron plates, iron ingots. This is actually very cheap when you break it down this way. How you doing, Orak? 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we got iron bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll need 48 plus 8 plates, which is 56. Got 33. 56, 33 is 23. Did we get another lathe tier 1 sub? Oh my god, you guys. Ah. Let's go circuit 22 and put this recipe in. I do think these take a long time, like 40 seconds. So maybe we just do the iron tank walls the long way because we have a lot of iron. Yeah, I can make screws with the lathe. Fine. Yoink, yoink. Okay. There's our 48. Cool. Perfect. Let us autocraft. Are we missing iron ingots? No, I don't think so. Missing a screw and missing iron rods. Screwdriver. That is not the recipe for a screwdriver. What is the recipe for a screwdriver? Okay, okay. File, hammer. I should have known. I should have known. That was silly of me. There we go. Let me catch up with chat. We got the big lathe sub. Are you going to all the way to Stargate this run, or just until the Superflat challenge stops being challenged? We're gonna go all the way to Stargate. I love this world. It's gonna be very fun. Can't be better watching my favorite streamer. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Zom Gamer with the tier 1 sub. Thank you for popping in today. How are you doing? All right, is that everything? 42. We need 48 screws, although we have the iron tank walls. Cool. So let's plug in my beloathed lathe after also doing circuit 21. Where is the lathe? There you are. I'm gonna explode this LV lathe at some point. We also need some glass panes, which should be very shrimple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Love your GTNH. Love your video on GTNH. Happy to catch a stream of yours. Well, thank you, my friend. Thanks for popping in today. I think that's everything. We just gotta wait for the glass panes to craft out. You guys already know. I mean, I don't even need to do anything. You guys already know that I hate the lathe. All right, let's also, yeah, we should go over checklist, obviously. We did the wither reed. We transformed up to get the MV crop breeder online. Propagated oil, set up crop manager, set up the light fuel line, got everything here, fluid extractor, distillery, chem reactor, electrolyzer, and now we gotta get the railcraft tank, which is just for show mostly. What if your lathe hate gets the extruder rod recipe nerfed? Then I genuinely will not play 2.10. There's already some changes that I'm not liking. Oh, my voice is so shot right now, actually. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I had such a long day yesterday that, or last night at the firehouse. We had a lot of calls, a lot of stuff going, a lot of interesting calls, actually. It was not the normal fall assist night. It was a lot of cool stuff. Almost had my first car crash call, but we got chosen as an alternate. They send 2 people to all car crash calls, so that way one person is going northbound and one person is going southbound, or like opposite directions on the road, just in case someone misreports the direction or like what side the crash is on, which is kind of interesting. Okay, that's everything for our tank. Let's get our looms, so that way we have our scaffolding. Let's go like this. We're going to put our tank valve in the middle bottom because that auto outputs, I think. That might only be steam. I don't really know how these work. It's been a while. Whoops. And then we need an input side. Oh, I might need to make one more. I don't know if I can put this on the corner here. Might need to make one more iron tank wall instead. That'd be awkward, but we'll do it. No tank skylight? Does that work? Can I do that? Because I genuinely will do that if that works. Oh my god. New $10 donation from LB Lathe. I love you. That's crazy. Yo, you can actually put an iron tank gauge, or sorry, yeah, like a skylight in the oh my god, English. You can actually put one of the glass things in the tank in the top of the roof. That's awesome. I actually really like that. So now we have pretty much everything that we have ever needed. The oil berries go passively when I turn on the crop manager, that is. I guess I could just do that right now. This is all getting watered technically. It's probably really slow. So when I enable the harvest, these oil berries should start coming through into the crop manager, and they go down this tin pipe into a little drawer that holds on to them. They get put in the fluid extractor and turned into 100 liters of oil each, then put in the distillery to turn that into sulfuric light fuel. And then when we get a big batch of sulfuric light fuel, that reacts with hydrogen to desulfurize it into full light fuel and put all the way around. And then the hydrogen sulfide goes in here, gets recycled into hydrogen and sulfur, and the output is our light fuel. I am so excited. We completed all of our goals today, and we still, like, I mean, I am so excited to like apply this to my MV line. We finally have power generation. Life is so good. One sec, I think I fucked up the camera here. Let me say that one more time. Life is so good. Life is so good. There we go. I do think I'm gonna probably call stream here as I am a little exhausted. Let's enable hydration. That is fixing everything. Thank you, chat. That is what I needed to do. We've got the piss tank filling up. Dude. I gotta save a backup of the world right now. I'm getting nervous. Alright, chat. Let's call it for today. Thank you for joining me on stream. This was a fantastic stream. I'm so happy with our progress. I have been wanting this passive oilberry thing since like the dawn of time. It is so cathartic to finally build this. Let's go find somebody to raid, and then I will do my normal stuff. I love this song. Can anyone tell me the name of this song? You get a kiss on the forehead. GTNH. No, I know the name of the song. I'm quizzing you guys. Okay, we've got Bog Ross, who's away right now. We've got Gazel D. Hazel, returning to Steamgate, great transgender New Horizons. I like that. I think I like that. There's also Sebmafroz playing Beta 2. Okay, I also like that. Let's raid Gazel D. Hazel with the great transgender New Horizons. And yeah, while I do that, let's do this. Get a little F4 and C. Remember to be kind to yourself and others, and do the best that you can. And plant your seeds and let your garden grow. Right? Life is a long journey, and you gotta set stuff up so that later you can harvest it and enjoy the harvest. And that's my advice for today. Thank you for joining me, and see you guys around.